Okay, welcome to Ratchet Brothers Garage. I'm here working on the Maverick, trying to get the engine tore down. This is my 351 Windsor that is going to be going in the Maverick. And I was just going to get this thing tore down today, be able to get the block to the machinist and start checking it out. But before I do that, I have to pull the ridge out of the cylinders. So what I've got to do is I have got to get in here. I've got my ridge reamer and I'm going to take the ridge out. I've already done the rest of the cylinders, and I've got one left I've got to do. So in order to keep from tearing up your pistons, you want to take the ridge out first. It don't matter on this one. I'm going to put new pistons in because I'm about to bore it out, but it's going to make it easier for me to actually get the pistons out without that ridge. So what I do is I get my ridge reamer set up, put a little bit of tension on it, start cutting the ridge out. And it's pretty tough with one of these. It's just an old manual one, but it will work. So I just keep cutting around and get that ridge out of there. After you get around there a little bit, it's going to get a little easier. And then you're going to put a little more tension on it to cut a little bit more of the metal. If you get it too tight to start out with, you'll never get it going. It's just a lot of friction in there on that blade. So you have to give it a little bit of tension as you go. Anyway, starting to cut pretty good in there. Probably another round. Get a little bit tighter on the tension. And we'll see if we can get that out. Done this for many years, but that's pretty good. That's got 95% of it out, so that's pretty good right there. So I take my tool out, and then I'm going to get some air. I'm going to blow the metal shavings out, get them out of my way. Then I can start tearing this thing apart. Watch the eyeballs. And that's got most of it out, and I'll show you so you can see. Actually, it's kind of tough to see right here, but anyway, see if I can get closer. So I got that top ridge. It's really difficult to see. But anyway, that ridge is gone now, so I can go ahead and see about tearing this motor apart. So the next thing I'm going to have to do is flip this thing over, get it on the other side. That way I can start getting the piston ready to come out. And this motor I bought off of Marketplace. So a guy had it. He was going to put it in his car, rebuild it, but then he went a different route. So I got lucky and got this motor pretty cheap. So it's going to get rebuilt and put in my car. And the first thing I have to do is check and see if all my rods are marked, which I've already looked, and these things are already marked. And do I have a flashlight? Hey, where'd my flashlight go? I should have one somewhere. Give me just 1 second. All right, now let's take a look over here. So if you look right here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they previously marked all these. So the caps are marked. The main caps have numbers on them. Go from the front to the back, they're numbered. So I can take that thing apart. If it didn't, I'd be stamping my numbers on there. So when I go back together, I got to know which piston goes where. So they're already marked, and that's good. So now I'm actually going to start pulling them rod, do one rod at a time. And I use my air, my good old air. So I'm going to start up front. Get that thing spun around. Let's start up front here. Right at the beginning. Tighten it, no. We're going to loosen. Loosen up. And then pull my cap off if I can. I'll probably have to have a wrench. Tap that out because it don't want to move. There we go. They fit pretty tight. And looking at the bearings, I believe this motor is a stock motor. I don't think anything's been done to it. What did I do with my flashlight? Laid flashlight down, didn't I? Oops. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, it looks fairly decent inside. I don't think it had any abnormal wear. So once I take that cap loose, I'm going to get a hammer and I'm going to tap this thing out carefully so I don't catch my caps onto the rod main. I don't want to have any damage. So I just hold on to that, make sure it don't bounce around where I don't want it to. And when I get far enough down, I'll have to put my other hand down and catch it. Okay, so right now it should be clear. Almost. Let's see. If I get a little bit further. Come on. She's almost there. Alright, coming out. And these things are nice if you have something the right size, but this will work. Okay. There's one ring out. There's the other ring. Boom. So, that's all you got to do to pop those out. But if I didn't take that ridge out, it would be a real pain. So, always take that ridge out. If it doesn't have any ridge, then you ain't got to worry about it. But this one did have a ridge, so it must be high mileage in this thing. So, we're going to take all these pistons out. There was no camshaft in his motor, so I don't have to bother removing that. That was out of the way. So all I got to do is do my pistons, rods, pull the crank out, and then that's it. Then I'll take it to the machine shop. So I'm going to do the same thing on the rest of them. And the rest of them should come out the same way. There's no ridge left in there, so I should be able to pop them all out the same way. And I got to put all my caps back in the same spot where they came out. Keep the nut, because those things are numbered on both the cap and the rod, so they're both numbered. And let's try to knock that one out. Okay, that was partially out. Alright, let's see. Should be just about there. I'm partially out. Why is it not out yet? Okay. Well, this one wants to fight me for some reason. Huh. Okay. Well, why is that one being a booger? I don't know why. That should be out already. Ooh, sometimes you gotta fight these things. There she comes. Just don't drop it. There, she's almost there. There we go. Okay. That's the second one. I don't want to lose those nuts either because they're special nuts. You ain't just going to find them laying around anywhere. So I just got to keep doing the other 6 like this. Pop all these out. I already have my gasket set bought for it. I don't have the internals yet. I still have to get the heads done. Got to get a camshaft. I don't have any of that yet, but until I get the block checked, I'll have to wait and see what the machinist says how far I can go on the board. Alright, we need to speed this up a little bit. Let's go with that. That's better. Uh-oh. Well, why is that thing so slow? I think I dropped one of those nuts. It's okay, I'll get it. So I got 1, 2. Should have 2 more. And it's inside the piston, I'll bet you. Okay. Tap that one up. Just a little side tap on that, and that cap should come right off. And it's almost there. I don't know why that one wants to be a little bit of a hard case. Okay, so now we're going to take that piston out. Where'd my hammer go? Lost my hammer again. Why do I keep doing that? I always lose everything. Alright, here we go. Luckily this thing hadn't been sitting outside too long, so it's fairly clean. They didn't get a bunch of water in there, just gumming it up. There is 2 cylinders on this one that actually have some pretty bad rust. I don't know whether they had a head gasket that might have been compromised and started leaking water from the jacket, possibly. But those 2 cylinders are the ones I'm concerned with. And like I said, once I get it to the machine shop, they'll make a determination of what to do. Now, was there a nut inside there? Not in there. Okay, so that one's good. Let's get this one out. I think I dropped it in there. There we go. That's what I like to see come off real easy. Alright, that's coming out. Coming out. Come on out, buddy. You know you want to. There you go. Alright. I ain't worried about that bearing that just fell. I ain't worried about that bearing that just fell. And why is this one got to be so tough? There she goes. I think there's a nut in here, I think. There's a bearing. I don't care about the bearings. Bearings don't concern me, but where did those nuts go? I don't know. When I put these back on, make sure I put them in the same direction that they're supposed to go. And keep them all together. That way when it gets all cleaned up, I don't get anything messed up, anything in the wrong place. Alright, a couple more to go. Alright, now, here we go. I still use pneumatic tools. I just hadn't got around to investing in buying the electric battery operated ones. Maybe someday I'll do that, but for right now I just run the air. It works good for me. Alright, next one. Next one coming out. Alright, stay off that journal. Alright, coming out. Okay. Alright, that one needs a little persuasion. Let's see, what does it go sideways? No, not yet. Okay, come on. There you go. Get on out here. Okay. Bearings. And I'll check all this stuff out after I get it cleaned up. After I get it back from the machine shop. They'll also boil it, clean everything out, all the passageways. So it'll be good and clean whenever they get back. It ought to be for what they charge for the price. But they do a good job. I haven't had any problems. Everything I've taken in there, they've done a good job for me. So I'm happy with my machinist. Okay, next one. Next one coming out. Coming out. Come on out. A little bit more. A little bit more, buddy. There we go. Well, luckily for me, this is going pretty good. So sometimes you have to. If I didn't take that ridge out, it could be a booger. So taking that ridge out helps me a lot. It makes my job a whole lot easier. Okay, now we got two more to pull. Get those out of the way. And then I can pull the crank. Okay. Come on out there. Here's those two more. Okay, almost there. Alright, that's all my rod caps. Alright, got that one. Come on out, sir. Oh no, I just dropped another one of those things. Okay, you're coming out. That's all there is to it. You're gonna come out. Okay, she's starting to clear. A little further. Right there. All right. Which way? I think I dropped one of my rod cap nuts. I'm about to find that now. Where did it go? I think I got a couple of them. I'll have to search for those. Okay, last one. Knock that one out. That one there. Okay. You the last one to hold out there, brother. Yep. Okay. That one's out. That is all my rods and pistons removed. So with that out, next thing I'm going to do, all 8 pistons are out. Now I'm going to pull my crankshaft. Now that all that's clear, pull the harmonic balancer off. Alright. Let's get rid of that socket. Oop. Well, clumsy me. Watch what you're doing. Alright, here's the easy ones. Almost. I gotta get a little more air. Bear with me. I think my valve wasn't quite open all the way. Now we should be good to go. We should have plenty of air. Let's see. Okay. Bring it on. What the heck? What happened here? Okay. Alright, you want to play like that? We'll see about that. We'll get something else that'll work. The old greenie. That one should work. Wow! That's got power. Boom! Yes, sir! Not sure what's wrong with that other one. Okay. And it's probably a good idea to take a picture of where that stud is to make sure it goes right back where it was. Okay, that impact works great. I'm happy with that one. So let's take a quick picture of that, and I'll keep that. Alright, taking a picture. Boom. Okay, got it. So now I can pull my caps, and they are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got 1, 2, number 3, almost. Okay, number 3 coming out. 3, number 4, and number 5 is going to have the rear main seal in it, so I might have to. It's coming out okay. There we go. So that's got a one-piece rear main seal, which is nice. Sometimes this is like a 1993 block, so that's why it has the one-piece rear main seal. And then I'm going to lift this out without dropping it, maybe. See if I can lift it out without dropping it. Somehow. There we go. Okay. We'll take that out. And I don't know whether it'll sit or not. Yes, it will sit. So, that's all tore down. And it looks like the mains were a little bit worn. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they've got a little bit of brass showing. So, it was due for an overhaul anyway. So anyhow, that's all the teardown I'm going to be doing today. There's nothing else really left on it. There was no camshaft, so I didn't have to pull that out. But no lifters, anything like that. So just basically the bare short block. So now this thing is ready to get loaded up and go to the machine shop and find out what we got to do, what kind of money we got to spend, what kind of size pistons I got to order. So anyway, this is a start of the general grabber. So if you want to leave comments, feel free to leave comments. I welcome them. But anyway, this is just a start. I'll have more stuff going on with this thing. While that's at the machine shop, I'll be doing other things to the car, but I want to get started getting things done, so time's going to run out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. It's going to be Ratchet Brothers Garage out. Thank you.